Hello my friends, welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. This is what I'm up to today. I thought we'd create in this mold right here. And this piece right here that I'm touching goes on to this piece down here. And I'm going to put you a picture up here and here. Okay, here's the pictures that I put up. On the right is the one that we're using. And you can pause it there and check those other ones out. We're going to put this iron-on transfer on here. And then we're going to add some beads for the raindrops. And I'm going to use this iridescent iris again that I got from Michael's. It's the Recollections brand, and we're going to use these other two colors, and I think that matches perfectly. I survived too many storms to be bothered by raindrops, is what it says. And then I have a Bible scripture here that we're going to put down on the bottom. And it says, "You're going to make it, trust me," Psalms 23. And then our transfer has some butterflies in it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to squeeze some butterflies in. So if you'd like to watch me create that, kick back, relax, and let's get to it. I have some little spinners here, and I'm going to make a few of them and see which ones we're going to use on the piece, because those worked so well on my Mother's Day piece that I made. And then I purchased another one of these too. And this one's a little bit bigger than the one I'm using, but I did notice the bases of them. The smaller one that we're using is a little bit, it looks like it's a little bit deeper than the bigger one. So maybe that's the difference in them, I'm not sure. But I've been waiting to purchase this one we're creating in for a long time, and it's always sold out. So I'm going to put some glitter inside the cup here, because you know I got to have glitter. And I love this glitter that I use because it's not overpowering. It just glistens and dances around in your piece just beautifully and doesn't overpower your piece. I'm going to take some tape here, and I'm going to run it about my mold. I do this before I use it, but I always do it right before I pour in it too. And you don't always see me do it, but I always do it. I'm just trying to make sure there's no debris in the mold, because it's nothing worse than making a piece and loving it or hating it and you still get some kind of bug or something stuck in it, or some dust. So I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in the mold. And I have my little raindrops here. They're just colored beads that I think matches our piece. And I have 60 milliliters of resin here. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it. And I want to fill this piece up quite a bit, because I want the raindrops to be more visible, you know. So I'm going to fill the piece up more with clear resin, and then the little raindrop beads. And then we'll go in with the colorant behind it. And I'm just going to leave just a little bit of room for that colorant. Usually I would do it the opposite way. But with this piece, what I'm going for, the look I'm going for, I'm going to fill it up mostly with clear resin. And I'm going to use my heat gun and try to pop some of those surface bubbles that I cannot see. But if you don't have a lot of resin in your piece, you can hold it up to your light, and it will show you where every bubble is at in your piece. And also, I just thought of this, if you have one of those Cricut that you weed your vinyl on top of, the Cricut lights, they have other brands too, off brands of them. You could put your mold on top of that. I never thought about that. And you'll see every one of those pesky bubbles, I bet. I need to try that. And I'm just running my silicone tip brush through here and pulling some bubbles out that I can see that are sitting on the edges here. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I hope no one's sick. I hope everyone's families are doing well. And I was just seeing if you could see that glitter that's glistening in there. It looks so beautiful. And this is one of the butterflies. I tried to cut it out as best I could around the edges. But where their little feelers are at, you can't cut those off. So it's hard to trim around those. Their little legs and their little feelers. I guess that's what you call them. Antennas. Okay, I guess I got them situated in there how I want them. Now I'm going to take these beads, color beads, and I'm going to drop them throughout the piece. And I'm not real worried about where they fall at because we're going to take my silicone tipped brush and we're going to move them about in the piece, spacing them out and making them look nice. I lost a bead somewhere. I was trying to find it, but it got away. I got two beads stuck together, so I'm just trying to get them unstuck. Okay, I think I have the beads spaced out quite nicely. And I'm going to use my heat gun here, and I'm going to go around the mold with it. I'm going to spritz a little alcohol, and then I'm going to go ahead and cover the mold, and then I'll see you back. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and drop our colorants in, the iridescent iris. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that mica powder in the cup. And I'm just going to drop a little resin in the cup and get that mica powder stirred up really good. And then I'll add the rest of the resin to the cup that I want. I'm making sure I get it mixed up really good. I don't want any mica powder clumps in my piece. Okay, so I have 3 cups here, and I'm just going to divide my resin into the 3 cups because I have 3 colors that I'm using. And after this part right here, I want to go ahead and forewarn you, when the music starts playing, it's just because I am putting the transfer on, and I just thought I'd play some music and speed it up a bit while I was putting the transfer on, so you didn't have to just sit there and watch in slow motion as I done it, because it takes quite a while. So I just wanted to forewarn you of that ahead. So I'll just play you some nice music and you can just sit and enjoy it. And I'll speed it up so you won't have to sit through that whole entire part. Okay, so I dropped the orange color down into my cup here. And this color I got from Temu, and it doesn't have a color on it, a name or anything. So I'm not quite sure what it's called. But it is orange in color. And the other color that I'm going to use after this one is from Color Pour. And that's this one that I'm shaking up now. It's from Colorpore, and it's teal. The color is teal. And I put about 9 drops in the cup. And I'm going to go ahead and stir it up, making sure I get the sides of the cup and the bottom of the cup really well. Okay, now I have this cup right here, and it has 3 pouring spouts in it. It's sectioned off into 3, and I'm just going to drop those colors down into each little compartment in the cup, and then we'll pour all the colors together. I love using these cups. I just think it drops the resin in your piece so beautiful, instead of having to take each cup one at a time and drop a little bit of each color, because you don't have 3 hands to hold 3 cups. So this makes it so much easier. Okay, now I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in the mold, and let's go ahead and get our cup ready. And I'm going to use some heat and pop some of those surface bubbles. And let's go ahead and pour. I love watching resin be poured like this. It's so mesmerizing. And I'm just going to scrape the cup out a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to mess around in the resin and make any loop-de-loos or anything. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm going to use my heat gun. And I'm going to add a little bit more resin to this bottom piece right here because it's not completely full. But I won't do that on the video. But I can tell it's not completely full, so I'm just going to top the mold off with just some clear resin. And I'm going to spritz a little alcohol on it, and I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to clean the edges off here because I'm OCD about the edges. Gotta have those edges clean. And then we'll cover the mold, and then I'll see you back. I'm covering the mold, and I'll see you back when it is. Okay, now we're back, and we're going to demold our piece and see what we got. That turned out beautiful. I love how the colors fell in it, how they cured inside of it. It looks pretty. Kind of looks like smoke. Okay, let's get the bottom piece out. And there it is. Those butterflies look beautiful. Okay, let's get our little vinyl out and see what it looks like. I think that's going to look really good on top of there with those colors. Turn it around. There you go. Let's see what it looks like. That looks nice. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get our Bible scripture on here. And I'm going to leave that top piece on it so that I can judge it fitting in there nicely. Because I don't want to take that top piece off and then put the scripture on there and then it be hiding it or shadowing it in a way. So I'm just going to leave it on there while I place this Bible scripture on there. And I'm just trimming it up to make sure that it fits in that area. And we're going to have to cut this little flower thing off too, because it's not going to fit in there with it on there. And if we have enough room, we'll put it on there. And I'm just placing it on here trying to judge and see if it's going to fit. And we're going to have to take off the Psalms 23, I think. Let me trim it up a little bit more and see if it'll fit. No, it's not going to fit. We're going to have to take the Psalms 23 off too. But we can place it over to the side of it and you'll never even know that it wasn't supposed to look like that. Or we hope. Okay, now I'm going to peel the top part of it off, because if you don't, it won't transfer onto your piece. So make sure you peel that top film off of it. And this is the kind of transfer that you use water to transfer it onto your piece. So I'm lining it up here where I want it, patting it down a little. Now we're going to get some water here, and I'm going to spritz my napkin here with some water. And then lay it over our scripture, and I'm going to put some pressure on it. And I'm just going to let it sit on that transfer and transfer onto our piece. Now let's get our Psalms 23 here, and I'm taking off that plastic piece off the film off the top. Let's go ahead and take that off, and I'm going to add it right below it here and line it up real good. And place the paper towel over the piece again and put some pressure on it. And I'm going to let it sit there and transfer. Okay, let's go ahead and see if it's ready. It is. So we're just going to slide that paper off. And then there's our transfer. I'm going to bring it up and let you look at it. You're going to make it, trust me. Psalms 23. Now let's see if we can fit this little flower on here, or leaf, whatever that is. I'm just trying to judge if I like it on there or not. So let's go ahead and peel the film off the top of it. I'm just trying to see where it would look good at. And I think it looks nice there, so let's go ahead and turn it over. Put a paper towel over it and let it transfer onto our piece. Okay, that looks nice. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I'm just going to slide the heat transfer on here and see if it's all going to fit how I planned. And it looks like it is. That S might go a little bit down into the bottom S may go a little bit down into that piece, but it'll still be visible. So now I need to trim my heat transfer up. So I'm going to trim it up, and I'm just wiping this off, making sure there's no water on it. I still need to trim that transfer up though. And we're going to go ahead and look and see what these, which one of these spinners I'm going to use. So I'm just placing them on here, seeing where I want to put them and which ones I'm going to use. I'm only going to pick 2 of them. So I'm just playing around with them here. Trying to see which 2 I want to use. I'm not leaving that one down there that's on the bottom base. And I ended up losing that butterfly that I'm playing with right now. I don't know where it went. I guess I'll come across it somewhere. When the music starts playing, enjoy. Okay, so I ended up choosing where the S is messed up there at the top. I ended up choosing a pair of shades to put over it. And I'll show you them in a minute. But here it is. It's all set up. The transfer is transferred onto it. And I think it looks really nice. What do you all think of it? I hope she likes it. I think it turned out beautiful. It's for my tax preparer. I don't know if I said that or not. So here I'm showing you where I choose my two spinners for it. And I'm going to put this pair of shades right here. See where the S is messed up a little bit at the top? It's not bad, and I probably could have got away with just leaving it alone, but I have to fix everything. So I know it's there, and I have to fix it. So I think these pair of shades right here will look nicely on top of there. Right like that. So I'm just going to UV resin these down. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.